tonight I'll be walking around this stretch to give you an idea of what is in this neighborhood now and how it is evolving. So let's go have a look at East Chinatown. So I'm standing right out in front of the Chinese archway. It's on Gerrard Street East, just at the beginning of East Chinatown. And this Chinese archway actually was built back in 2008, opened to the public back in 2009. And in 2012, they won an award for Best Design and Surface Parking Lot. And it is one of the only Chinese archways in Toronto. And as I come up onto the surface parking lot, in the background there, you can see this beautiful artwork, graffiti artwork. I am on Gerrard Street East, and I'm heading towards East Chinatown. And on the north side of Gerrard Street East, as I'm coming up on the intersection of Broadview Avenue, across the street there, you'll see the Riverdale Library. And the Riverdale Library is actually a bilingual library, so it is English and Chinese. And it is one of the first libraries in Toronto that offered a children's section, a children's wing. And back in 1969, it was rebuilt again after a massive fire. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to head south on Broadview Avenue, come back up north on Broadview, and head east on Gerrard Street East, and give you a taste of this neighborhood. On the northeast corner here, you have a Scotia Bank, and that is an old architecture bank, and it does have Toronto Heritage status. So let's head south here. And this neighborhood is undergoing a lot of evolution right now, because in the Studio District just south of here by the Portlands in South Riverdale, they're building condos. So the prices of real estate north in Chinatown, or East Chinatown here, are becoming so expensive that a lot of the business owners in this neighborhood have decided to even take their business further east. So as you can see, this building here is all boarded up, and no doubt that has something to do with the prices of real estate and rent. So I'm walking south here, and it is a nice evening here, May 2024. And this community generally encompasses Chinese and Vietnamese entrepreneurs. But like I said, real estate has gone up in Toronto such that a lot of mom and pop shops have vacated this area. So East Chinatown is undergoing a lot of changes right now. Like, this is a newer Chinese restaurant here.
Sorry.
No worries. Down this alley here, you got some really nice graffiti art. See what I mean? This is a cafe dispensary. And so this is for all you weed and edible enthusiasts. That's what they do here. So this is a newer establishment, which really doesn't align with the neighborhood that was once all Chinese, Vietnamese entrepreneurs. And right in front of me, guys, I have a sushi bar. Again, looks like another newer establishment. And this one here is a produce shop and fruits and vegetables. And these shops here, I just love the layout of them. This one here, it's open. It feels like an open market. And the prices inside of here, man, they're good prices, guys. So if you're trying to get away from the big grocers in Canada, please support your local grocers, your local mom and pop shops. You'll often find that the prices are much cheaper than you'll find at the big grocery stores. These bananas here are only 39 cents and they're ripe. Come on, guys, they're ripe. Well, some of them are really ripe, but if you like to make smoothies, that's a good thing. And along this stretch, as I'm walking south along Broadview, you'll find that there are still houses from that old architecture. This house here is actually a law office. You got a convenience store here, but get a load of this, guys. It's a second level. Look, you got a main level and a second level, and that is so old school, old style. See, this place is for lease. Does anyone remember Fujifilm?
Sometimes 80.
Oh, we got our runners there. And Chinatown, East Chinatown generally ends right about here at this point. So I'm gonna head back north here on the other side of Broadview and give you a sense of East Chinatown. What's left of it, really, guys. On the corner here, you got a patio, and it's a newer establishment. And I don't think it has anything to do with the community that was once thriving as a Chinese, Vietnamese business establishments. And as I'm walking along here, I'm seeing a bike shop, a boarded up window, a newer establishment called Pop Music. So, a spa. So already you can see that a lot of the entrepreneurs in this neighborhood have left. But here we have one of the Chinese restaurants still here, and it's called Wok and Roast Chinese Barbecue. And doesn't that look delicious? And beside him, he's got competition here, guys. He's got another restaurant right beside him. And look at that. That looks so yummy in my tummy. And that restaurant there, the name of that restaurant, sorry, I'm not familiar with that. It's called Supreme Taste. And you got a bakery that has since vacated their spot here. At one time, they were selling fresh sandwiches. They had a walk-up window. And they're gone now. Got a haircut place here. Couple of stores that close very early, like They're open from 10 until 3. Got a fast food place on the corner of Broadview and Girard, which would be the prime location in East Chinatown. And that is a sure sign that this area is eroding. Give you a better view of the Riverdale Library on the northwest corner of Broadview and Girard. One of the few libraries in Canada that is bilingual in Chinese and English. I'm going to start heading east on Girard Street East and show you what else still remains in East Chinatown. You got a hair place there. And you got a produce shop, a Chinese entrepreneur produce fruit market here. And the prices here, guys, they are very good. 49 cents a pound for a squash. Got white radish for 79 cents. $0.55 a pound for a carrot. Strawberries, 2 for $2. Wow. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Look at that, guys. 2 for $2. Got raspberries, 2 for $5. What a good price that is. So again, if you want to support your local entrepreneurs in your neighborhood, please do. Across the street here, you've got a business that used to be there, and now it looks like a vacant building. It used to be a restaurant bar, and now it just sits there idle. And another little entrepreneur business shop here. I think they sell clothes and other accessories inside of there. And just as a side note, I just wanted to say that I do believe Toronto is undergoing one of its most evolutionary periods right now, where a lot of these neighborhoods are undergoing massive changes because the prices of real estate and rents in Toronto are going up so much that these mom and pop shops can't keep up. And so these neighborhoods, these communities that make up the fabric of Toronto are eroding. Across the street there, you've got a Vietnamese restaurant, a newer shop called Good Cheese. And again, this one here that I'm standing in front of, it was called the Phoenix Restaurant, and it is all boarded up now. And they've left the area. Got a Chinese restaurant here. Look at this, scrambled egg and tomato. stir-fried Chinese broccoli. And this restaurant is called the Dumpling House. And this little mom and pop shop I'm coming up on now, they're actually having their closing sale, 50% off of everything inside of this store. And it says 5 days before they finally close. And 50% off of everything. I may have a look at this store when I'm done recording. I really like to support my local community and support mom and pop shops as much as I can. And I strongly encourage people to do the same. I find the prices in these mom and pop shops are much cheaper than you'll find at the big grocery stores. And I'm coming up upon another produce shop here. And everything's been reduced here. And you're getting some good deals here. Oranges, 3 big oranges for $1.59. You can see the old architecture across the street there. They're semi-attached bungalows, which you don't see too often anymore. And it is a Wednesday evening. It's quite pleasant in Toronto, but there isn't much foot traffic along this stretch here.
Hi, love.
And here's another parking lot. And I would generally say that East Chinatown ends along this area, this stretch here. But I'm going to go a little bit further because if anybody knows of a movie called The Christmas Story, and it came out back in 1983, and a portion of that film was actually filmed here on Gerrard Street East. And I'm going to walk further east here to show you where that movie was filmed. And in The Christmas Story, it is a little boy, and I love that movie. That was one of my favorite Christmas movies. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. I love that movie. And a lot of that movie was actually filmed in Toronto. So I'm going to take you to the spot where the family was sitting in a Chinese restaurant, and a portion of that movie was filmed right here on Gerrard Street East. And that is where I'll end this video, guys.
214.
Thanks so much for watching. And let's go have a look at this spot. And you'll see a lot of the old architecture here along Gerrard Street East. These old businesses here, they've long since gone. I do believe people might be living inside of them, but at one time those were active businesses in East Chinatown. can see that a lot of the businesses in this neighborhood have moved away. This house here has a lot of history, and I'm going to give you guys in the future a video on this house. But at one time, the Grand Duchess Olga Alexandrovna lived here. And that is such an interesting story, and I can't wait to delve into that story. This house here, my goodness. I don't even know if anybody lives here. It is so frightening. And sorry if I pronounced the Duchess name wrong. I'll get it right one of these days. And like I said, guys, I'm going to finish off this video at a location where they filmed a movie. One of my favorites, The Christmas Story, came out in 1983. And coming up on it right now. And it's right here. At 744 Gerard Street East. And you know what? I'm going to take a chance and go right in and show you guys. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed my video of East Chinatown. And thanks again, and take care, everybody.